Hello and welcome to the Plant-Based Revolution podcast with your host, myself, Neil Damrell from My Lifestyle Coach. Thank you very much for joining in this week and I hope you've been enjoying the episodes, and thank you very much for all your support so far. If you haven't done so already, then I'd love you to go over to iTunes and leave us a kind review. I'd love to know how you're getting on with the show, your thoughts on the show and any topics you would like me to talk about in any episodes going forward. So thank you very much for your time today. I know it is very precious. But today I'm just going to discuss about the 10 things to stop doing if you want to lose weight. So if you want to lose weight but you've been struggling no matter how hard you try, can't seem to slim down, generally that is a complaint I hear very regularly during my health assessments. I've tried everything but never seem to get anywhere. So if you're like many other frustrated dieters and you're beginning to think that you'll never get anywhere in terms of what your body wants and what you desire for your body, then let's just take a step back and we're just going to go through some 10 key things to stop doing if you want to lose weight. So if you want to lose weight, you simply need to find out which common weight loss mistakes that you might be doing that might be preventing you from getting the results you want, and then make simple changes to tweak your weight loss plan, and that will help you slim down for good. So number one, we're going to start off with choosing the wrong diet. So stop choosing the wrong diet. So how often have you chosen a diet just because it's worked for a friend? Maybe you might have seen it on the celebrity magazines or been inspired by an Instagram model in terms of what diet they follow. This diet might be perfect for them, but their needs, their lifestyle, their food preferences can be completely different to yours. So you need to really focus on yourself and really not get too caught up in everyone else and what everyone else is doing, because everybody is an individual, everyone's different, and everybody is different in terms of their lifestyle, their circumstances, their time, etc. So instead of focusing on everyone else and just copying a plan, focus on yourself and ask yourself these 5 important questions. So number one, what is your budget? So before you go shopping around for the best weight loss plan, you need to decide how much money you wanted to invest in order to lose the weight and how much you want to spend. So based on this information, then you can evaluate what kind of diet plan that looks the most interesting to you and decide if it fits your budget. So you can be sure generally to evaluate all the costs that might be involved. So these costs, for example, will be obviously the food, the support services involved, the materials needed, the exercise classes, etc. So all these are going to come into your budget in terms of what plan is going to be the best for you. So some plans might just be a meal plan. Other plans may include support like one-to-one personal training or group personal training, or other plans could be just a gym membership where you go to exercise classes and the support you have in terms of the exercise is great, but you might not have so much support in terms of the nutrition side of things. So weigh up what is your budget, how much you want to spend, and does that fit in to your lifestyle. So generally it's important to keep in mind the cost of a diet program is not necessarily a predictor of the plan's success. So just because you pay to lose weight doesn't mean that the weight will necessarily disappear. However, there is some evidence to suggest that commercial weight loss plans are more successful than trying to lose weight on your own. And research from the Journal of American Medical Association found that dieters who followed a structured commercial plan lost slightly more weight than those who followed a self-help plan. So having the guesswork taken away and having something that's structured and you can just get on and do it will generally see more success than you trying to do something on your own, not really knowing where to go, kind of tripping over yourself and following, not really having a clear direction of where you want to go. Similar if you pop in a sat nav, your route is all worked out for you, you can get there a lot quicker, more efficient than if you just jumped in a car and just I'm just going to guess how I need to get there. I know roughly where I need to go, but I'm unsure. So that way it's probably going to take you a bit longer because you're definitely going to get lost along the route, and the sat nav is going to get you there the most efficient way, the most quickest way. And if you do get any roadblocks, it'll help you get there and get around there a lot quicker. So having that kind of support system, such as a coach, will help you jump around those roadblocks and get you there a lot more efficiently. So, but think about that in terms of your budget, but also think about how much money you want to spend as well, because if you don't have the money to spend on a commercial diet, it's not always going to be a problem. So there are loads of online weight loss programs that are free on Google. There's loads of apps that you can use. MyFitnessPal is a really good one to just help you monitor your calories and to help be more conscious of your calories, so you'll be calorie aware, and that will help you just reduce your calories and see a steady weight loss. So loads of online apps like that, virtual trainer apps as well, which gives you a load of directions, and also there's loads of videos on YouTube that you can check out for HIIT classes if you want to do workouts at home or any advice that way. So key is when it comes to these things is just action. Make sure you take action, and then if you continue taking action, you're going to see the results steadily. So number 2, in terms of what things you need to consider for your best diet, is do you have any health concerns? So your healthcare professional will definitely determine which health issues you should consider before doing a certain diet. So people with diabetes, for example, will have a different nutritional need to someone who doesn't. If you have high blood pressure, for example, then your choices in terms of the food you consume certainly will be different to someone who doesn't. So do you have any medical issues that you need to be focusing on? Because if you, like I said before, you're just picking a diet from a magazine, it doesn't take into account any of those individual needs. So just focus on your medical issues if you have any as well. Think about your schedule. So does your schedule allow for food preparation? So one of the main reasons that many diets fail is that busy schedules get in the way of good eating habits. So it's hard sometimes to pass up on fast food. In restaurants, often working a 10-hour day, you get a takeaway in, or if there is a healthy meal, but if there's a healthy meal waiting for you at home, then generally you're going to make a better choice, and the choice will be a lot easier for you rather than. Also think about how much time you have for food shopping and food preparation. Generally be realistic. So if your life simply does not allow enough time to prepare healthy meals, then a program that includes prepared food might be better for you for your weight loss plan. And food delivery meal programs generally can fit into your budget and your lifestyle, and there's quite a few out there that you might want to explore as well in terms of having the food delivered and made for you. Just takes away the guesswork. I know there's a great few services here in London. Next one, do you have the support? So the social support. So an important part of every successful diet is social support. So a supported partner, maybe someone who's a neighbour who's dieting with you, or a community group that can help provide the emotional support you need for your diet journey. So you can learn how to get your social support from friends and family, or generally look outside of your inner circle for more of a diet buddy. Generally, if you go to the gym, you go to exercise classes, then you'll form a community within the exercise class community. I know with my Plant Power Challenge online, we have a community Facebook group that helps everybody achieve the weight loss they want to achieve through the Plant-Based Power community, but also the Plant Power Powered 5-Day Plant Power Challenge, which is just a 5-day challenge to get you on the right track in terms of achieving your weight loss goals. So that's why communities like that, such as Weight Watchers and what I'm doing, Slimming World, generally are really, really good because they can help provide that emotional support. You're in that journey with someone else, you're not just exploring it on your own. And when you're surrounded by people wanting to go towards the same goal and destination as you, then it's going to be a lot easier than just trying to achieve that on your own. So, and the final one of what questions you should look at in terms of help you choose the best diet is, what plans have you tried in the past and why did they fail? So loads of people I speak to have tried every diet under the sun, but it's important to evaluate your weight loss history and make a list of reasons to why they didn't work in the past and why were they unsuccessful. Were the food choices too restrictive? The choice of diet that teaches you good portion control tips rather than specific food restrictions is probably going to be better for you. The Atkins diet is something that's very restrictive in terms of limiting your carbohydrates, but generally you don't want to limit a food group. You just want to have a healthy balance, portion control, more fruits and vegetables, and making sure your snack choices aren't your processed foods. Other diets that you've been on before, did you always feel hungry? It might be better to have a diet that you can eat little and often throughout the day. So the emphasis is more on fruits and vegetables, lean proteins, rather than focusing on starving yourself like a Cambridge soup diet, just living on one thing. Those things are never going to be sustainable, as opposed to changing your eating habits so you're embracing more greens, more fruits, more vegetables, more whole grains, more lean proteins, so that'll help you feel fuller for longer, and you're not actually changing much, you're not restricting anything, you're just changing your meal plate to have a healthier balance. So look at that as well in terms of your hunger pains, and also look at, did you lose motivation? And if you lost motivation along the way, then maybe choose a plan that makes you accountable to a friend or a support group or professional like myself, where we can, if you are starting to lack motivation, we can ask you why and help you, on the right track to keep going. So you're always going to have pivots in the road, but it's important that we get past those and get stronger just from that lack of motivation. We're going to have down days, but we want to make sure the up days are more than the down days. So having someone that can keep you on track is a good thing. So does all those, in terms of the diet, apply to you on that one? So think about all those tips as well. That is very, very important. So heading back to our 10 things to stop doing if you want to lose weight. Number 2 is to stop setting unrealistic goals. So dieters are highly motivated and full of excitement at the beginning of a diet. Does that sound familiar to you? Often during this phase, you tend to set unrealistic goals for weight loss, but high expectations generally can cause weight gain when lack of process leads to lack of motivation. So you might want to, when you see diets that offer you can lose 7 pounds in 7 days, it's a quick fix. It's not going to be sustainable. Yes, you may be able to achieve it and feel great just for that weekend, but are you going to maintain that going forward? And also, because you put a lot of pressure on yourself, if you don't maintain that, then you're necessarily going to say the diet didn't work, and you're going to go back to your normal eating habits and not maintain it. So what you need to do instead is set smaller goals that you can actually reach, and think about smaller steps that provide more of a roadmap to your weight loss journey. And as you reach each goal, you can get more of a boost in confidence, and you'll stay motivated along the way to achieve your ultimate goal. So little milestones, and think of it long term, more of a marathon rather than a sprint. Number 3, so stop using lack of time as an excuse. I hear this excuse every day. I haven't got time to exercise, And it's one of the most common barriers to weight loss, in a belief that you don't have enough time. One study found that 41% of women said they have lack of time was their main reasons they didn't eat better, and 73% of women said that they didn't exercise because their schedules were too busy. Now, the bottom line is that if you want to lose weight, you will have the time. You will find a way to make the time for a healthy lifestyle. Exercise is very important to me. I sometimes get up really, really early at 4 o'clock just to get a workout in before work, and weekends I'm up early. I have enough time. I make time because it's something I'm very passionate about. So what you need to do in order to find how you can schedule your workouts is maybe look at getting an old-fashioned paper calendar, or you can get a calendar online. I use Google Calendar, and find windows of time that you're not consumed by absolute necessities. So if you're working, obviously that's going to take up a chunk of your day. But I'm sure you can have an hour of an evening where you could be in a gym as opposed to sitting at home watching TV. Or is there an extra hour or half an hour at lunchtime when you're just going to be sat doing nothing that you could be using to get a little workout in? So look at how you can put where your most important tasks and schedule everything around them. So don't be afraid to put other priorities on the back burner and ask for help so that you can take the time you need to make your health a top priority. So maybe you need to just flip a few things, spend a bit of time on your own, and that will definitely help you in the long run. Number 4, stop isolating yourself. So in a recent interview from the Biggest Loser runner-up, she said that the most important thing she learned during her successful weight loss experience on the show was to ask for help. She said, "I was ashamed to ask for help. I could have called someone and reached out for help, but I thought I didn't have anyone." And then she realised later that she had friends and family who were willing to help her through her weight loss journey. So a lot of times we're all very stubborn individuals as humans, that we, in every area of our life, we feel that we can just do it on our own. We'll get there eventually. But a lot of time, yes, you may get there eventually, but it'll take you a lot longer. And the motivation is going to be harder because you're trying to do it on your own, as before when we talked about having that support system around you. And the key factors is, learn how to get diet support from family and friends. Take the time to identify your needs for yourself and then approach others with help. That way you'll be clear about the definitive, specific ways in which they can help you, and find friends at work, at the gym, in your neighbourhood. There's everybody out there who I'm sure have gone through the same experience as you, and all it takes is a little bit of courage just to ask, and once you've asked, I'm sure it's not going to be as bad as you may think it was, but just by not asking. And it'll really, really definitely help in terms of not isolating yourself when it comes to your journey. So definitely don't be afraid to ask for help. Number 5, stop underestimating food intake. I've talked about this before on a podcast, talking about counting your calories, why calories are king. Do you really count all your calories? Be really, really honest with yourself. Do you really count all your calories? So remember that even a tiny 25% or 25 calorie nibble here and there throughout the day can add up. Snacks count, food from your dinner party plate counts, calories consumed during food preparation count. These all might be significantly higher than you think. Alcohol as well all counts. So if you're having a drink while you're making your dinner, are you counting the calories for the wine you're consuming as well? So you need to focus on that as well. Like I've mentioned earlier, use a food tracker like MyFitnessPal. Make your entries more accurate by getting some scales where you can weigh your food as well. And these tools will help you allow and report the exact kind of size or portion you're consuming and make you more accountable. Same if you wanted to save money, you need to know where every penny is going in order to where you can save as much money as possible. Number 6, so stop believing that healthy foods will cause weight loss. So several studies have shown that people are more likely to overeat foods that they perceive to be healthy as opposed to unhealthy. So exactly one study from the University of Michigan actually found that food that was labelled organic, dieters ate more of. And the bottom line is your healthy snack may be causing you unhealthy weight gain. And I see this loads of times because I see healthy food advertised all the time. And yes, I'll have, someone will say I'll have a packet of nuts, they're healthy. Well, a packet of nuts is still 1,000 calories rather than a handful. So you're better off probably having a chocolate bar if you're going to have that amount of calories. So be honest with yourself. So if you are picking up healthier food, then generally trying to ignore the front of packaging and the marketing and get your information from the nutritional facts label on the back. So look at the calories per portion and be honest with yourself, because you'll be quite surprised how many calories are in some healthy foods that are labelled as healthy. So your favourite food may contain fewer healthy ingredients, but they may be too high in fat or calories to part of your weight loss plan. For example, avocados full of healthy fats, but also they're very high in calories. So generally eat them in moderation and think about how you can manage that in terms of your calorie balance. So definitely include avocados because they're a great source of healthy fats. However, if you're having loads and loads of avocados and wondering why you're not losing weight, then you're definitely going to be out of calorie balance. Number 7, stop sitting all day. So this is a massive thing. I've just recently bought myself a stand-up desk, which is great for my work, portable as well, which is great, and you feel the benefits of just by standing up all day. And more people need to stand up all day. There's something called non-exercise activity, thermogenesis, which is a fancy term for all of the non-exercise movement that you do every day, and it can account for up to 15 to 30% of your total calorie burn. So if you spend your day sitting at a desk and your evenings lying on the couch, then your calories that you're going to be burning are going to be generally very, very minimal. Think of you sat down on the way to work, sat down during work, sat down at lunch, sat down on the way home, and then sit down when you get home, and then go to bed. So you're probably standing up for less than an hour or so throughout the day when you add it all up. So what you need to do is learn how to burn calories without exercise. So to improve your non-exercise activity, thermogenesis, all day long. So if you have a desk job, get up every hour and walk around onto a different floor, maybe talk to a colleague rather than sending an email, refill your water bottle, run an errand on foot or climb the stairs of the office building in your lunchtime. If you like watching television at night, maybe go and fold the laundry or dust the furniture instead of lying on the couch. So do stuff while you're doing other stuff to try and be more active on your feet all day. And also think about a stand-up desk. I know a lot of offices are looking at stand-up desks now, so maybe inquire about that if your workplace offers it. Number 8, stop overestimating your exercise activity. This is another key one when it comes to your calorie balance. So many people who want to lose weight will generally join a gym, but what you'll find, and I've seen it a million times over, that you actually have to go to the gym or the health club to burn calories. So just because you join a gym doesn't always mean you're going to go. And generally your workout time is only the time you spend exercising. Should not include the time you spend in the locker room, parking your car, chatting with friends, or even in the sauna. I see a lot of people go to the gym and just spend the whole time in the sauna. So yes, you are being good that you've gone out your way to the gym, but it's not very active. And a lot of time we tend to overestimate how many calories we burn in the gym. So you may be on the gym treadmill for an hour, but not a very high intensity, so you're not actually burning many calories. You're not really working as hard as you think you are. So it's generally important to try and focus on the intensity when you're going to the gym. A good way to do that is invest in a heart rate monitor, just to get a more accurate measurement of your workout time. There's quite a few on the market, very, very cheap these days, and it's really good because it not only lets you know how hard you're working, but it will measure your time that you're working out and then know exactly how many minutes you can count as exercise. And also helps to improve the intensity of the exercise because you know how you're feeling at a certain heart rate and what kind of heart rate zone you need to be in order to get the most calorie benefits and also the most cardiovascular benefits. Number 9, stop compensating for exercise by eating more. This is another one that kind of crosses over the last one. And so if you're normal, it's generally normal for your appetite to increase when you begin to exercise. I know I'm really, really hungry by cycling a lot, but one of the most common weight loss mistakes is that you indulge in extra snacks and treats as a reward for your workout. And by eating those treats, that can cause you to gain weight. I see this loads of time in the gym. People go and do an exercise class and then go and sit in the cafe and have a muffin and a coffee. So they probably just put all those calories back on that they burnt off in the exercise class. So it's important to be conscious of that and plan a healthy low-calorie snack to eat right after your workout. Combine that with maybe some lean protein, some carbohydrates to replace and satisfy your hunger and replace nutrients lost during the workout. Make sure you hydrate well as well with water afterwards if you're exercising for an hour. Any less than an hour, just need water. Just make sure you're hydrating well, because sometimes you're just more dehydrated than you are hungry. So focus on that. And my rule is generally focus on exercise as a way to improve your cardiovascular health rather than using it as a weight loss tool, because generally you're going to overcompensate and underestimate how many calories you burn for exercise. For example, a Mars bar will take you half an hour on the rowing machine. So it's an important factor just to be conscious of using exercise in a different way as opposed to trying to use it as a way to burn calories. And number 10, stop expecting major results from minimal change. So there are certain facts about weight loss that some dieters learn after a while. One of them is that dieting is difficult, unfortunately, and they're beating around the bush. But of course, you'll see ads all the time for popular weight loss pills that claim to help you lose weight without any effort. How amazing would that be? And all these many trendy fad diets make the same promise, and these products generally do not work, so ignore them at your peril. These include weight loss shakes, which I constantly get asked to promote through social media, and I despise because they don't educate you to lose weight sustainably and healthily. They only provide a quick fix. So ignore all these weight loss shakes altogether. So what you need to do, instead of looking at minimal change from major results from minimal change, is embrace the truth that weight loss is hard. Don't let the difficulty of the process deter you. So if you want to lose weight, you definitely can, but it will be uncomfortable, and you need to celebrate small accomplishments to stay focused along the way. For example, if a scale isn't giving you the weight loss results you want, then celebrate the fact that you ate well and you've ate a balanced diet during the day, and remind yourself about the health benefits you're going to gain from eating well, not just from the weight loss as well. And your exercise plan may not be resulting in the weight loss yet. As I said before, don't focus on the exercise as weight loss, but it may be helping you to sleep better at night, feel more energized during the day, and look for those accomplishments and little perks along the way, as opposed to focusing just on the sad step, which I call the scale. So look for long-time results, and like I said, focus on everything as a marathon as opposed to a sprint, and ignore all those weight loss pills, tablets, shakes at your peril. So guys, there you have it. There's the 10 things to stop doing if you want to lose weight. Let me know if any of those were helpful for you and you can relate to any of those 10 tips. I'm sure even myself, I know, have come across those many times. So definitely, if any of those do relate to you, then I'd love to hear from you. Get in touch on social media at My Lifestyle Coach on Instagram or Neil Damer on Facebook. And thank you very much for listening. I hope this has been helpful for you. Again, thanks for tuning in. If you really enjoyed the show, then please head over to iTunes and lend us a kind review. It'd be really much appreciated. And thank you again. We'll see you next time.